Assistant General Secretary Abdul Qaramullah was given a life sentence for crimes including the shooting of 344 people. The same month, one of the party's leaders, Delwar Hussain Saidi, was given a death sentence. Rape and genocide were among his crimes. And in May, another Assistant General Secretary, Mohammed Kamaruzzaman, was also sentenced to death. The tribunal found that he tortured unarmed civilians. For more, let's cross live now to Manchester in the United Kingdom and speak to Ghulam Azam's son, Dr. Salman Al-Azami. Thank you for being with us. First, I want to get your reaction to today's verdict.
Well, we are absolutely, heartened. We are devastated to see such mockery of justice happening. We reject this verdict outright. We think that fairness has not been maintained. It is once again proved that it is a political show trial by a political party where they have not been able to prove any allegation against him, yet they came out with a guilty verdict. I mean, if just the chairman of the tribunal said that the prosecution has not been able to prove his direct involvement in the atrocities, but nevertheless they came out with a 90-year sentence. So it is very clear that this is a political judgment and not a fair trial.
Have you managed to speak with your father either before this verdict or afterwards?
No, I mean, as I'm living abroad, I'm not able to speak with him. Just my brother and my mother, they are able to see him once every fortnight for half an hour. So I've not been able to speak with him, for 1.5 years and since he has been arrested.
Watching from afar, then, what do you think of the whole trial process? Has your father been fairly tried, do you think?
Of course not. This is not a fair trial at all. I mean, if you see even the previous verdicts and this verdict, I mean, all these verdicts show that there is no relationship with the proceedings in the court. And the judgments are given on the basis of political motivation. I just want to give you one example from my father's case, on the count of number 5, where they said that he wrote a letter for one Mr. Sirumia to be killed. That letter was not provided as an evidence. So a judgment, he has been sentenced for 40 years on the basis of that letter, but that letter has not been given as an evidence, so that it proves that that letter doesn't exist. And even any relative of that individual has not been brought. So all the witnesses they brought are hearsay witnesses, no direct involvement. And the chairman did say that he was not directly involved. But yet they come up with this ridiculous judgment.
Under Bangladeshi law, do you know if your father has any further recourse legally? Can he appeal this verdict?
Yes, he can, and we will appeal. But we are concerned that the government has also, tried to interfere in the appeal system. They have, recently, appointed a few judges who are known to be the government party's loyalists, and
that's
why we have been calling for the last 3 years for international supervision. So we will only be satisfied with an internationally supervised, appeals court for fair trial. We don't fear this trial at all. I mean, if it is fair, we know that he will be proved not guilty. But we don't have any faith in the Bangladeshi legal system.
In the hours before this verdict was read out, your father's supporters fought with police. What do you think his message would be to those supporters? Now, what would your message be to your father's supporters?
Yes, I did tweet about this last night. Excuse me, and I've been saying that my father always renounced violence, and he's a peaceful man, and he deserves that peaceful protests are taking place. Now, you will understand in the Bangladesh situation that the government does not allow peaceful protests, and whenever there is protest, there is police, heavy-handed police attacks, and so that is that is what's happening. But we still call for calm, and we believe that inshallah we believe that fair justice will be done to him in future. in whatever way. I mean, we call for the international community to help to ensure international supervision, but we call on the supporters to be calm and to be peaceful in their protests, and we call on the government to allow them to practice their legitimate right to protest.
Dr. Salman Al-Azami, many thanks indeed for being with us here at Al Jazeera.